What is going on, guys? Proteus 458 here, and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to something that we haven't seen on my channel for quite some time. And that is the Tier 3 American Cruiser. The plucky little St. Louis, the American Porcupine with its 14 guns of whatever tiny size they are. But anyway, the reason you're seeing this, and it is a replay, and I do apologize for that, is one of my friends, one of my good friends, is he plays World of Warships. He doesn't play it that often, so he's still learning the game, and he's still at the lower tiers. So I bought the St. Louis again because I did sell it, because I actually found that I could earn more credits and experience from my Elite at Phoenix and Omaha than I was with the St. Louis, and I kind of stopped playing it. So I did sell it, and I bought it again so I could play with him, because I don't want us to be one of those failed platoons where, I'm in a ship that's 2 or 3 tiers higher than him, and, we're just causing problems for the team. So I was like, okay, well, you're in tier 3 in your South Carolina, and he's also got St. Louis. So I'm like, I'll buy it again, and I'll come and join you. And this match was pretty good fun for me, and pretty good good result, which is why I said, actually, you know what, I'm going to use this recording or this replay, and I'm going to show it, because this is such a fun ship. I'm actually glad that I played with him, with my friend here, because kind of in a way I almost forgot how much fun this St. Louis is. And we got this destroyer who's at 6.6, but he's behind some mountains, so not going to be able to do anything. So as you can see, we both spawned on opposite ends of the map. I said, well, come to me, I'll come to you, we'll meet up, and then we can decide where to go. I'll fall in line with you, and we'll take it from there. So we're going to sort of head back the way that to where I started, and we're going to fire at whatever we can. And we've got this Tenryu who's in range at 10.2 kilometers, so we're going to fire just behind him because he's reversing. And we'll see what we can do. And actually, the games I'd had with my friend earlier in the night in the St. Louis hadn't been particularly good for me. It did take me a little while to readjust and get back into these guns. And then also, playing the lower tiers, I kind of wasn't concentrating as much, and talking to my friend and that, and there were a few stupid mistakes. But this was the first good match I had, and it was also the first good team we had. This was our 4th or 5th match that we were playing together, and we had lost every single one before this one. And at one point, this one looked like it was going to be another loss. So we got this enemy St. Louis at just over 8 kilometers. We're going to fire everything we have at him, and he is stopping, I guess. So we're going to readjust and fire directly at his hull, and we managed to get 8 hits for 1700. We'll fire again and continue to put the hurt on him. And we got this Kawachi, who's, I think, taken an interest in us, but that tier 3 battleship accuracy. And he's now moving forward, but I don't know if I realized it at the time when I opened fire, because I think these shots mostly went behind, and now I can definitely see he's full steam ahead. We've got an Albany tier 2 American premium cruiser, recently given out for free. If you missed it, there was if you went into your premium shop and you went to enter bonus code or whatever, and you typed Albany, all capitals, it gave you the Albany. Or alternatively, it gave you a free port slot, because I think that's what a lot of people did, myself included. I have no interest really in a tier 2 premium, especially one who's with a gun range is like 6 kilometers or something stupid. So I got it, sold it, got the port slot. Either way, thank you very much to Wargaming for that. Regardless of whether you kept the ship, it's 300 gold they've essentially given out for the port slot if you decided to sell it, and we completely messed that up. Sort of all the shells go over and all over the place, and those were not far enough, not enough elevation, so we're trying again. And there we go. We get detonation. I was actually just looking at the video to see what had happened there. We managed to get detonation, taking off 11,500 health and getting our first kill of the match. But I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, I assure you, it will not be our last. So we got this Kawachi at 10 kilometers and he is burning, so we're going to start firing more high explosive at him, see if we can get another fire going, another two. Now the crew looks a little bit chilly, you know, these even on these like sunny days in the ocean, on the ocean, it's chilly on board these ships. So we're just trying to help out, we're trying to do our part, and we're trying to keep those Japanese sailors nice and warm. And he's taking damage from multiple enemies, so his health is going down very, very quickly, especially with those two fires. Those were, I think, were a little bit short, so they sort of, what the shells that did hit kind of hit his hull rather than his superstructure, and that next volley was a little bit better. We're just checking around to make sure we don't run into any teammates, and fire off another salvo. Hopefully it will finish him. Does it finish him? Yes, it does, and there we go. Get the final kill, or sorry, the final damaging shot, 229 damage, and we secure kill number 2. So now we're turning in towards where we can see the rest of the enemy fleet. We've now destroyed more ships than they have. However, they are capturing A, and you know, they've already got a 40-point lead. Actually, no, they've destroyed more ships than we have. Sorry, they've destroyed 6. We've only destroyed 4. So combine that with the fact that they've now got both capture points. That 50-point lead that they have is going to start growing quite quickly. So we've really got to try and get in on the action and get to the fight as quickly as possible, which is not something that the South Carolina or the St. Louis do particularly well. But we're heading there full steam ahead at a blistering 22 knots, and that Tenryu used his cloaking device as soon as I fired, so I had to take a guess as to where he was going to be, and unfortunately my guess was a little bit off. I guess, I hope, I'm not sure exactly how off it was, but it was off enough that we didn't get any hits. And we are now capturing C, so that will limit their ticket gain, but they are capturing B, and Garfield 4 says, try not to be sheep if you play a war game. I have no idea what he means by that. No idea at all. Says the fat red cat. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. But anyway, Tenryu has popped up. 6 kilometers, so we open fire. We get 4 hits and we set him on fire. And did some form of incapacitation, I think. Fire again, and those ones went too far ahead. So we're going to reload, and we're going to let him have some more St. Louis loving. And we get another 4 hits for 1890. But now we got to kind of switch focus to the South Carolina that is 6.3 kilometers away and burning. So we're going to fire everything. A few of them hit the freaking mountain. 4 hits for 300, so thank you, RNG. Fire again, and there come some torpedoes from the Tenryu. And our high explosive is just not doing the job at the moment. And there we go, 4 hits for 1800. And we're trying to maneuver, wiggle a bit to avoid fire, because South Carolina may not be very accurate, but if he does hit, he can still do some big damage. And there, my friend, Better Off Burnt manages to secure the kill. We've now got this destroyer at 6.6 kilometers. Take the shot, and the Tenryu's back. We're going to switch off to him very quickly, and we do 3,500 damage to that destroyer. 5 hits and no damage to the Tenryu. Did I just see that correctly? And that's something I actually... You'll see it just now as well. And here comes some torps from presumably the Tenryu. And my friend eats at least one. Another 2-3 hits into the Tenryu. My friend secures the kill. Fire again at this Wakataki. There we go. And we managed to finish him off. And some more torpedoes incoming. And that is my friend out of the match. So things have turned around. Oh no, they haven't turned around. They've kind of haven't really gotten any better for our team. There's now just 3 of us left versus 5 enemy ships. Unfortunately for those 5 enemy ships, Predators on the other team. And here we go, some torpedoes from that Wakataki. We see them go full rudder to starboard, throw the ship into reverse, and we narrowly miss one that very nearly would have impacted on our hull, on our bow, should I say. And we've been set on fire by the St. Louis after we put the first fire out, so we're going to have to let this one burn, but we have done 2 incapacitations, got quite a few hits on him. I think that South Carolina is also joining in the fun and shooting at me. But we're focusing on these I can't get my ship names right tonight. The St. Louis, he is the bigger threat, he is closer. And yeah, as I said, I would consider him to be a bigger threat than a South Carolina. But we're going to continue to put the hurt on, and we've now returned the favor and set him on fire. We've got 6 seconds until our fire goes out. He's taken out one of our guns. We've got him on very low health. And we get another fire, and he burns to death. So that is kill number 4, I believe. So we're now turning around as quickly as possible, heading away from the South Carolina, but more importantly, we're heading towards our final battleship, because there is a destroyer in the area, and we want to try and eliminate that threat, because otherwise we're going to lose a battleship. And it's now 3-on-3, but they still have over 200 points more than we do, and they have all 3 capture points. So our very first salvo finds its mark. I mean, they're quite good at shooting these destroyers, I must say, and that gives us Confederate. He's turned away, unfortunately, so we're going to have to switch targets to the Umakazi, which I actually have, by the way. I must do a video on it. And that first salvo, 1 shell finds its mark, so not going to complain too much. We're just keeping an eye, waiting for them to pop out the smoke, because they are the biggest threat to our team at the moment, both to myself and to our battleship. And this guy's going really slowly. And we see this torpedo. We're going to turn, but I don't think we're going to miss it. But no, we do. We narrowly miss it. And we get a hit. We don't kill him. He's on 208 health, and that hit doesn't kill him. We get another hit, which also does no damage. So that's 2 high explosive hits, and this guy's survived, which is very weird. But we managed to kill him, managed to secure the kill. That's kill number 5. So it's now 2 versus 3. We've got this South Carolina at just over 8.5 kilometers, and there's the Wakataki at 6.9. So we're going to take the lead, and we're going to fire all the guns that are ready. And we managed to get 3 hits for 570 damage. We took out his steering, so hopefully he's repaired it recently, and we'll have to suffer with no steering for a little bit. But we're going to continue to put fire into the South Carolina, and there he is again, so we'll take the lead and fire. And these shells, 1 hit, and he's down to 82 health. That one lands just short. It could have very nearly finished him off, and that salvo, I think, also misses. So we're back to the South Carolina. But anyways, this match is almost over. I don't have the results, so we get that kill. If you enjoyed, hit the thumbs up. Maybe consider subscribing. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed playing this game. So we got 6 kills, and there's some torpedoes. But he's playing peekaboo, So we fire, and I will see you guys next time.